The road ahead, it twists and turns, and the sun beats down and it burns. But I keep on pushing through. And every step quicker than the last, my feet tread down.
Charlie here. It's June 1st, so first day of a new month. I'm still in Garden Grove. What a night. These Iowans, they're a unique breed of people. And so let me explain something. Yesterday they were all running around town on riding lawnmowers. And that involves, just like I say, you know, they use them like four-wheelers, but they don't have mowing decks on them. They just have like the little tractor. And anyway, so last night, about 2 in the morning, I heard some commotion and everything. And then this riding lawnmower comes by. And as the riding lawnmower comes by, I'm like, you know, this lady on it's hollering, F you, over and over. And then another riding lawnmower coming up behind, go, wait, baby, we can talk about it. Wait, baby, we can talk about it. This is 2:30 in the morning and they're chasing each other around, yelling at each other on riding lawnmowers. It's like, man, keep your domestic disputes inside the house or something. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, I went back to sleep and all's well this morning, and I'm assuming they're sleeping it off with their riding lawnmowers somewhere right now. But the quote I'm going to give you today is from a student of mine named Daisy, and this will be her day of hiking. What this is about is I asked some of my students to give me quotes, and I told them I'd dedicate a day of hiking to them. And the quote goes like this: in life, you'll suffer 2 types of pain. It'll either be the pain of regret or the pain endured while accomplishing. And, you know, that's a pretty cool quote. And so, you know, I hope at this point that the pain I'm suffering is the pain of accomplishment, because I don't know, it doesn't feel like, boy, I tell you what, I woke up this morning and my feet are just like, wow, hamburger meat, you know, but they'll get over it. They you know, I'm getting to where my butt hurts less, my thighs hurt less, and my shoulders hurt less. So as soon as my feet accustom to this grind, I'll be in great shape. So I've got 22 miles to make to get to Osceola. And I went ahead, and I wasn't going to do this, and I went ahead and did it, but I'm going to book myself into a hotel room tonight. And, you know, hit a laundromat, clean up all my clothes, take a nice hot shower, and see if I can get some of the road funk off of me, and, you know, maybe not be as gamey and everything when I go to church. And so it's a beautiful morning. The birds are chirping, and I can hear the hum of riding lawnmowers in the distance. So I know everybody in Osceola is starting to move around. I'll get back with everybody. Okay, this is Charlie. I'm at Cross Ministries in Osceola, Iowa. I've been sorting clothes all morning and stuff, and it's been pretty rewarding to get to do some service. So I'm sitting here with Mike, and I'm going to get Mike to tell you a little bit about his ministry.
Well, Cross Ministries actually stands for Christian Relief of Supplies and Services. And we collect medical supplies and equipment from hospitals and nursing homes, and then through partnering organizations in our network, we get them shipped overseas. To help fund that, we operate a thrift store to help raise money, but then also through there we do a lot of local outreach, helping families in need, partnering with Red Cross, Salvation Army, and over 60 agencies throughout southern Iowa to help those that are less fortunate than we are, or experienced disasters like fires and tornadoes and things. And then we also do operate as a recycling center, partnering with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. We can recycle all kinds of clothing and shoes and metals, and some of it helps to fund the ministry, other parts of it, we just do it because it's the right thing to do, being a good steward. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what we are and what we do. We're faith-based, so everything is about Christ. I mean, he's the one who started this, and he's the one who, over 2,000 years ago, when he told us to, reach out to those in need and to work together and help others. And so it's his ministry, and, we're just continuing with that. And at this point, he put us in charge of this portion of that operation. So we always look for ways that we can do that. And then to spread the gospel as we do it. I mean, our evangelical side isn't as strong as we want it to be, but it's getting there. God will grow it as it, right now it's more as examples of what we do and how we love on those that are in need. So, and that's the most important part.
Okay, and this is non-denominational. Yesterday he had the elders working here, and the elders stopped by again today. And, this is a chance for me to do some service. And those of you that are not members of the church may not know, but one of the strong beliefs, and I think Mike believed this too, is that service to your fellow man is like service to your God.
Exactly.
And so that's a strongly held belief in a lot of Christian faiths. And so Mike is helping me build my testimony as I go that God's in charge, because I'm walking along going to Osceola, storm blows up, I get a ride, and the next thing I know, I'm all the way into Osceola doing service. And it's a great opportunity for me to get to pay forward and do some service. And okay, so all my friends in Texas, I'm going to show you something we don't have in Texas. This is fine Amish baked stuff, and I got some oatmeal cookies in there, the best oatmeal cookies ever. And we've got a couple of Amish sisters here today selling bread and cobblers and coffee cakes and noodles and eggs and everything else, and this stuff is so wonderful. Being from Texas, I'd never met Amish before, and they're super nice people. Y'all all need to come up to Iowa and meet some. So anyway, okay, I'm still at Cross Ministries, and I'm with Deb, and she's a nurse, and she's takes care of their medical supplies and sorting their medical supply. I'm gonna let her tell a little bit about it here.
We pick up a lot of medical supplies from hospitals, clinics, nursing homes, and most of it is overstock that they have, or what they consider outdated supplies, or they may change brands. And so we get donations of brand new medical supplies. This is gauze that doesn't even outdate. Why the hospital got rid of it, I don't know, so we save it. I will pack containers that go to other countries with these supplies. After going on a mission trip to Haiti, I know how little supplies they have to work with sometimes. And it's a little clinic with no electricity, and so I kind of try to save the low-tech supplies that I think any little clinic in another country could use. So right now I'm packing a couple suitcases that are going to go to Guatemala in a couple weeks with us. I'm going to take school supplies as well as supplies for a birthing center. And then we have some doctors there that just are treated by getting a new blood pressure cuff, and it's something they can't afford.
Wow.
So we'll take the supplies with us. Sometimes I meet missionaries that are here in the States, and then they'll take a suitcase back with them. Or if I know someone going on a mission trip, we can pack a suitcase for them to take. So we just sort and save medical supplies. It's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of supplies. But it was waste from our American healthcare system that other countries are really thinking are still pretty precious. So we save it and we move it on.
Thank you for explaining this.
What a day. I got almost no hiking done, but wow, I'm so satisfied with life right now, it's not even funny. The hat weighs about 10 pounds still because it hasn't dried out. I got started yesterday, and not too long after that, the sky opened up, and this lady Belinda gave me a ride into Osceola, so I had a ride most of the way, and she was going to work for a charity, and so I rode the charity, rode with her up to the charity, and I said, well, if I'm not going to be hiking, I'm going to do service. I got to meet the elders for the church here, and there's a lot of people doing charity, and had met a real nice guy, Mike, and worked with a couple, Eli and his nephew Dennis. And I want to talk a little bit about Eli's story. Eli wouldn't get in front of a camera. He's Amish, but Eli had a log roll over in the sawmill he was working in and kind of crushed his hand. And then, and I didn't get any of this from Eli. I got this from Mike, by the way. And then Eli's gone through some other kind of challenges in life. And one of them has been that Eli was, they lost what would have been their 9th baby just recently. And one of those large Amish families. But here Eli is up there with his nephew volunteering at Cross Missions. And I just thought that was so neat. It's not his religion, because Cross Missions is non-denominational, truly. And it's everything else, his hand is mostly healed up. And, but he's had this tragedy, and both him and his wife come up there and volunteer. I don't know. There's just something that says a lot about humanity, that he's willing to set it all aside and go do volunteer work. And I want to talk a little bit about volunteer work. One of the beliefs in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is that service to your fellow man is like service to your God. And so one of the things, doing service to other people, is sort of like worshiping. And it's a important part, of this earthly existence. And it was so poignant to see all the people up there working, and it was pretty hard work. I hauled boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff, and we'd lay them out on the table and pull all the clothes out of them and separate what they call the brick, which is bric-a-brac, which they're going to sell or donate to people. And that'd be all like the plates, the dishes, the pots and pans, and the cute little statues and stuff like this. And pull all that out and put the clothes, send them on down so they could be sorted further. And, separating out shoes and different stuff. Shoes and purses went in one box, and some stuff. And they just had boxes and boxes of this stuff that's been collected in, the larger area. And it's just kind of neat, And then I talked to a person, Deb, which I put in, when I make this video, I'm going to put her interview on there. And she collects out-of-date medical supplies from all over the area, from nursing homes, from hospitals and stuff like that. And a lot of times, some things that are out of date, like gauze, well, it doesn't really go that out of date because other than sterilization issues. But if it's still new in the big overall case it was shipped in, it's probably pretty good. And they ship these to clinics like in Haiti and everything. I'll let her tell the story. They also do a lot of, like the Amish midwives and some of the Mennonite midwives count on coming to her to get supplies and stuff that they can use for doing their work. And it was just, the whole thing was just a really cool, neat experience. And I'm so blessed that God gave me the opportunity to see that. And getting a little emotional. It's easy to get emotional when you see humanity functioning like humanity's supposed to function. It's just really a cool feeling. And anyway, I'm going to turn all this into a video, and I'll get back with you.